Welcome to the 412 Homestead, you all. I'm Susie, and today we're making some more homemade ice cream. For that, we're going to need an ice cream maker. We've got our little electric White Mountain ice cream maker. We've got some rock salt. We needed some milk, some half and half. We need some whipping cream, salt, vanilla, sugar. And today we're going to make some Reese's peanut butter ice cream. It's for a special birthday we're going to do. And of course you need ice. You gotta have plenty of ice also. So let's get started. If you guys have a White Mountain ice cream maker like we have, it's a wooden bucket. And if you haven't used it in a while, these things will dry up, they'll shrink. So what you need to do is you need to remove the motor, and you're gonna need to remove the basket out of there, the canister that your ice cream is gonna be made in. And you need to fill it up with water and let it soak. That way it expands and it doesn't leak. When you make your ice cream, you wanna make sure you're either doing it outside, or we always try to do it either in the sink or something so you don't have a mess. But just remove your canister out and run it full of water and let it set for about, I think they recommend 20-30 minutes. So we're gonna get it filled up. All right, so we're gonna make just the classic vanilla base out of our little White Mountain book that came with our electric ice cream maker. And by the way, you guys, we are not sponsored by White Mountain. We're not paid by White Mountain. But if White Mountain wants to send us anything, just go ahead and send it on to the 412 Homestead. We'll be glad to use it for them and advertise for them. But our base, I'm just going to make 4 quarts of ice cream this time. The last time when we made the Oreo ice cream, I did 6 quarts. I'm just making 4 quarts. So what we need to do, we need 3 cups of milk, and we have to scald it. So I'm just going to put 3 cups of milk in our little pan here, and it says we scald it just until the bubbles start to form around the edge, and then we pull it off the heat. We mix in the rest. Whoops, we got some out there. Then we mix in the rest of our ingredients, and we have to cool that in the refrigerator for a little bit. So let's head on over to the stove and get this milk scalded up. All right, so you can see that there's bubbles around the edge of our pan. So that tells me our milk is scalded. So we're gonna pull it from the heat and add the rest of our ingredients. All right, our next step, we've got to add 1 3/4 cups of sugar. So there's a cup, and I'm just gonna guess at 3/4. That looks like 3/4 to me. So 3/4 cups of sugar, and then we've got to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and we're going to want to stir that until it's dissolved. And then we're going to add in our half and half, and we're going to add in our heavy whipping cream. And from there, let's see, we have got to cover and refrigerate this for 30 minutes, it says. I think I've got that all stirred in. Now, let's see, half and half, we've got to have 2 cups. And at this point, I remember from last time I was making this, I didn't get it to all fit in this pan, and I had to find me something different. So we are going to transfer this over to this glass bowl. That way our milk, our milk and our half and half and our whipping cream will all fit together. So now for the, let's see, the half and half, we need 3 cups of that. So we're going to pour in 3 cups of half and half. And you know, you can make any flavor of ice cream that you want to add into this vanilla base. I was going to actually make cookie dough, but I was trying to avoid going into that big box store, you know, and so I didn't get the roll of cookie dough. So that's how we have went to the Reese's peanut butter cups. So it'll be good. It'll be good with our birthday cake. So we're going to add in our whipping cream, and I'm going to need 3 cups for the whipping cream. So let's see what we got here. There's 1. Let's see, there was a little bit left in there. I found this at Aldi's. I'm not even sure how to get in there. Probably not the right way. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's see what we got here. And you know what? If we don't have enough, I'm just going to add in some more of that half and half. So there's our 2nd cup. Let's see what we got in here. Whoops, man, I am just making a mess today. That's a pretty handy little deal. Perfect. That gets our 3 cups of heavy cream, heavy whipping cream. I'm just going to give that a stir, and then what I'm going to do is, let's see, we got to add in our vanilla also. We got to add in a tablespoon of vanilla. But I'm just going to cover that over with some plastic wrap. And let's see. Well, where'd my spoon go? There we go. 1 tablespoon. Let me just get a tablespoon out here. So 1 tablespoon of vanilla is all that it requires. So we're going to give that a stir, cover it over, refrigerate that for 30 minutes, and then we're going to get it ready to go in our ice cream maker. All right, our recipe has cooled, so we're getting ready to dump it in the canister. We came outside because it is so noisy, but we're only doing 4 quarts this time, so we're just going to dump it right in. I'm going to put the lid on it, and then we're going to put the ice all the way around it, and then we're going to let it run for 2 minutes. Let it get good and cold, and then I'll dump the rock salt to it. We got it ready. We're going to plug it in. It's going to be kind of noisy. We got that ice cream out there going outside because, y'all, it is really, really noisy. So we got to get these peanut butter cups undone. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give these just a rough chop, and I'm going to let that dasher that is inside that canister do the rest of the work. I wouldn't mind it if these were just left and you know, pretty good sized chunks, but we're gonna do that ice cream for about probably 20 minutes. So about the last 5 minutes or so, that's when I'm gonna add the peanut butter cups into it. So we're gonna get these chopped up. If I've got a few minutes, I'm gonna throw them up in the freezer, but we're gonna show you the final product here in just a little bit. All in wraps, so I'm just gonna give them a little chop, something about like that right there. One of those in 6 pieces. I think that'll be good because by the time the dasher beats them all around, I'm sure they're going to be smaller, but I think that's going to be just perfect. So we're going to get all these chopped up, get them in that ice cream mixture. Okay, you guys, we've been about 20 minutes churning here, so it is time. We are going to add, looky right there. We are going to add our peanut butter to this. So we're just going to dump that right in there, and we're going to let the dasher do its work. Get that mixed up in there. And we're going to let it spin for probably another, 5 minutes. And then we're calling it done. Inside and see what we got. All right, you guys, let's see what we've got here. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup ice cream. It's pretty thick. Okay. All right, I don't see a whole lot of Reese's. It must be mixed down in the bottom. But let's see what we got when we pour it out of here. All right, you guys, I'm going to try to get this poured in from right here. Let's see what we got here. I can see there's still chunks of Reese's that are pretty good sized. And Eric's already taste tested it and said he could taste the peanut butter in it. So we know that some of it's got broke down throughout the ice cream. So it'll be a little surprise when they dip tomorrow and find a hunk of Reese's peanut butter cup in there. But you guys, look at that. That is just beautiful. What we're going to do is we're going to put this in the freezer, and it's going to set up even, you know, more hard than now. Looks like I'm going to have to dip some off and put it in something else, but beautiful, beautiful. Well, that's it, you guys, for the 412 Homestead, making some peanut butter, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup ice cream for a birthday party. We hope you guys have enjoyed our video today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I forget to tell you guys that, but please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Till we see you again, we'll figure out what else we're going to show you. God bless.